Put my heart and soul in, so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in the prison, man, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is...
Okay, Coach, the playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check 11 feet. Recon, 132 fighter. Good shot, baby. That's Quo. Alert three. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On first down, James. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on first down. It's James. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, it's Long. And he will find his man on the outside. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Well, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Monday. Topper. Check nine. Watch the 6.
On second down now, it's James. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. They run it with James. And he's will take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 17. Yards out. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Check 26.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Check out. 290. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 1st down, James. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give, right side. It's James. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Following the fumble recovery, Love. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the gun, Love. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Hey, hold on. 44's the money. I got him. Check it.
On first down, here's Breida. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Mike, 44. In your face. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 37. Check 37.
On 3rd down, Love. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. It's a high kick and hit pretty well. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run on 1st down. It's James looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day. Whoa.
On the ground, it's James. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Break. Go. 540. It's a party now. It's a party now. 11 feet.
Luck on 1st down. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
674. Here we go.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go, Mexico. Got to do better.
On 2nd down, it's James. And some room to work. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they just...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Packers pick it up.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
Check out. Wide, 9 man. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 1st down, James. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Niners' 26.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a give, right side. It's James. Oh, and now he goes, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's going to be a lower bet. Check 31. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Say money.
To throw again. Love. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Love. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is good for a first down. His second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
First down, San Francisco.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Breida. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Love. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They run forward Breida, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Check out. 5, 54 Mike. They're not ready for this, man. 5,
now a play fake here on 1st down. Dances by him. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Check out. 622. 54. Switch up. 12. Check out.
Luck now to throw. Throw left side to Reynolds. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd down. Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tight down. There you go. Fofo to Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Throwing again. Love. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. Oh, now Breida loses it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. To throw on second down. Love completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A game. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long. 2nd and 15. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
44, Mike, 44.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Check 4. He's moving, boys, he's moving. Big ass. Check. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 16-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Love. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Check out. Time to go. Night. Check 13. Check 13. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
James. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So a good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Whip. Watch the whip. Kill. Watch the screen. Pass. 41.
Operating from the gun. Love. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word and I just kept using it.
Now left side on the swing pass. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there on the screen pass. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. They run again with Breida. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown. Offensively, are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. It's James. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. 12.
Block on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Luck. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Watch the run.
On 2nd down now, it's James. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's James. And shedding through the tackle.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
You draw quarters. Kill.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You ain't doing nothing today. 11 feet.
Now a first down throw. Luck. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
240. Stop your whining.
They'll run on first down. It's Henderson, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Check out. 180. Alert. Come on, D. Check back.
They run once more with Henderson. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
After the made field goal, Carlson Nell sets up to kick this away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Hey, we got to get this stop here.
On first and 10, Love. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They run with Breida. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Throwing on first down. Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Check. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Looking to throw. Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
What we got? Set up.
On 4th down, Love. That is caught inside the 5.
Let's go.
Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the 49ers get a score closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
On 1st down, James. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Check out. Line 674. Monday.
Back to throw. Love. And he finds McLaurin. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers! A great effort there. 31 yards. yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Love. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Pettis once again the target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And they take a knee. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
You already know what time it is, huh?